Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be discussing a topic that can make or break your chances of landing that dream job. The common mistakes found in CVs. Did you know that even a minor error from your CV can make a difference between your CV being dismissed and your CV actually having attention of the recruiter? You don't know that? Now you know that. So worry not, because in this video I will be highlighting with you top 10 mistakes that provide you that valuable entry to any recruiter. And guess what? You get a call back. So sit back, relax, and let's go straight to number one. Mistake number one: spelling and grammar errors. Did you observe the error there? Maybe not, yeah? That was intentional. So according to a study conducted by Career Builder, a staggering 58% of employers actually admitted that they would disregard a candidate's CV due to spelling or grammar mistake. Remember, proofreading is your best friend. Embrace it. Remember this quote: spelling errors in a CV can make a candidate appear careless and lacking attention to details. It is crucial to showcase your ability to communicate effectively through a well-written document. It's not said by myself, it's said by John Smith, an HR manager. So number two, this is the second mistake: lack of focus and relevance. Recruiters spend an average of 7.4 seconds reviewing a CV. This is reported by the ladders. So what do you need to do? You need to tailor your CV to the job description and highlight the most relevant skills and experiences up front to grab their attention. Take note, it is your packaging that attracts them before your content now keeps them. So if you don't grab their attention the first time, then you miss it forever. Now, what do you need to do? The next up now is number three: poor formatting and structure of your CV. When your CV is cluttered, the clutter layout, inconsistent font, excessive formatting, yes, you heard me right, excessive formatting can make your CV very difficult to read to recruiters. In fact, the research conducted by HighQuant found that recruiters spend about 6 seconds scanning a CV format before deciding whether they will continue to read it or not. So keep your CV very clean and keep your CV very professional. Mistake number 4: absence of quantifiable achievements. Right? If you can't measure it, how do you reward it? If you can't put numbers on your CV, how will recruiter be able to know that over time you have delivered value to where you've worked? So merely listing your job responsibility without showcasing measurable achievement can make your CV appear very generic. So stand out by including specific data and metrics that demonstrate your past successes. Right? This is very important. So look at it. So if you have CVs that include quantifiable agreements, they are 40% more likely to receive a callback from employers compared to the one that just have your job. And we know your job and your job title, but we want to see what exactly you delivered, and that is very much important on your CV. So now I'm moving on to mistake number 5. Look at it: lack of keywords and ATS optimization. So many companies now use a platform or a digital application that we call the applicant tracking system. This is not a magic. This is not what we use to track people all over the world. It is done and used to filter through your CV. So not including industry-specific keywords can result in your CV being overlooked by recruiters. So in fact, a study by JobScan revealed that 98% of Fortune 500 companies utilize ATS for initial screening. What does it mean? It means no matter how beautiful your CV is well crafted, no matter who did your CV for you, if your CV doesn't go through the ATS system, how will recruiters see your CV? So most likely, unfortunately, it's gone. So to mistake number 6: over lengthy CVs. Over lengthy CVs, you're not writing a Bible, neither are you writing a novel. Yeah? Recruiters appreciate concise and focused CV. A survey by ResumeGo, one of the biggest platforms, right, found that recruiter prefers CVs that are just 2 pages in length compared to the one that are actually longer than that. Remember, it's about quality, not just the quantity, the number of pages that you have on your CV. So don't make mistakes number 7, right? Which is lack of contact information. This may seem obvious, it might look like, okay, why shouldn't I have my contact on my CV? Now sometimes we omit and we provide outdated contact information which can hinder recruiters from reaching out to us. So always double check sometimes, and also include a professional email address and phone number. Sometimes many people just write some kind of emails that are not so professional. Yeah, it's not 100% a turn off, but most times if it's not professional enough, why do you want to have xyzprojectmanager@gmail.com? Yeah, like do something about it. Make your CV, make your email very professional. Mistake number 8, absence of personalization and customization. Guess what? Your CV shouldn't be general. It shouldn't be generic. Your CV should be tailored to a kind of specific job description. So use generic template, or failing to tailor your CV to the specific company and role that you're trying to apply for can demonstrate a lack of effort and interest. Sometimes I go through some CVs and I realize that it looks like this CV was just copy and paste from somewhere, and so just like a CV that was used to apply for a previous role. So it looks like it's not targeted to that specific job description. So what happens is that most recruiters, they are turned off and they don't do anything to it. So research the company and the job description to personalize your CV accordingly. Sometimes you have to look at the job description to look at some keywords there, then go back to your CV and tweak 1 or 2 things in your CV to make sure that it's in alignment to that job description. This number 9, don't forget it. This one is like least talked about, and oftentimes it has brought it, like I've rejected many CVs because of that, which is missing an inaccurate date. It might look like, why should somebody miss date out? Sometimes I see somebody, you have to put February 2022 on the CV, then in your work description, in your work experience, then the next job now starts by December 2021. Like the dates are just missing. So mixing and providing incorrect employment dates can actually raise concerns, yeah, and create confusion for recruiters. And sometimes when I look at the CV, I don't know which one is which because I could not calculate how long the person has spent on a particular role. There can be a difference between 2021 and 2022. So make sure that you include accurate employment history, including the start and the end date. Most times, don't put it by year, put it by month and also by year. And finally, mistake number 10. This is the failure to proofread your CV, right? Most times I advise people and say, when you write a CV, you write it by yourself, get somebody else with a third eye to look at the CV. Sometimes you might be blinded. You might not even see the error that you wrote on your CV until somebody else actually check your CV. So when you neglect to proofread your CV, it can result in an overlooked error and inconsistency. Sometimes there can be a difference between he and also han, right? And you might just not pay attention to that, right? Sometimes you use a platform, you can use a tool, you can use Grammarly there to actually correct those kind of errors in your CV. So take the time to review the document carefully and consider feedback from trusted colleagues or friends, right? To ensure that it is accurate and it's extremely professional. So to recap, these are the top 10 mistakes that people make on their CV. Spelling and grammar errors, number 1. Number 2, lack of focus and relevance on your CV. Number 3, poor formatting and also structure of your CV. Number 4, absence of quantifiable achievement on your CV. Number 5, lack of keywords and ATS optimization, and it doesn't just get through that system. Number 6, over lengthy CV, more than 2 pages, just too much. Number 7, lack of contact information and error in date. Number 8, absence of personalization and customization. And number 9, missing an inaccurate date, overlapping of date and errors in terms of how you state your date and experience, and you make it harder for a recruiter to be able to find, like to be able to understand how many years you've spent on a particular role. And the last one is actually failing to proofread your CV. By avoiding these 10 errors, you can actually significantly increase your chances of impressing your recruiter and securing that coveted job, a job that you've always desired, right? And remember, your CV is your first impression. So what do? Make it count. So check the link below There was a masterclass that I did that I went through the engine that drives CV writing. It's not just about these top comment errors. You can just subscribe to that masterclass. You can get a link to be able to watch that live webinar that I had in masterclass, and it's highly watched. That's been watched by thousands of people, and you don't want to miss out on anything. It talks about things that is not being said on the platform about like CV writing. Until I see you again, my name once again is Ola Diamonds. I'm called the strategist because I help people and businesses to move from here to move there to where they want to be. Until I see you again, we catch and meet at the top because that's where I'll be. Bye.